देखो ABP सांझा टाटा स्काई चैनल नंबर 1929 थे।
ਕੋਰੋਨਾ ਦੀ ਤੇਜ਼ ਰਫ਼ਤਾਰ ਕਾਰਨ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਬੇਹਾਲ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। 6 ਸੂਬਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਕੋਰੋਨਾ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਨੇ ਤੇਜ਼ ਰਫ਼ਤਾਰ ਫੜੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਨਿਤ ਦਿਨ ਕੋਰੋਨਾ ਅੰਕੜੇ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਤੋੜ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਬੀਤੇ 24 ਘੰਟਿਆਂ ਦੌਰਾਨ 39,836 ਕੇਸ ਦਰਜ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ। ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ, ਕਿਊਬਿਕ ਤੇ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ 'ਚ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਦੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਦਰਜ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਇਸੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਕਈ ਸੂਬਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ehtiyat ਵਰਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ।
Tell us that there's a risk that we won't be able to treat all those who need it in the coming weeks. I know we're all tired, but it's my responsibility to protect ourselves from this. This is why I'm announcing new restrictions starting tomorrow. Restaurants will have to close except for deliveries and takeout. Private gatherings in homes will now be prohibited, except for caregivers and for people living alone. I'm also announcing a curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. starting tomorrow night. Unfortunately, all indoor sports will have to stop. Places of worship will have to close except for funerals limited to 25 people, and teleworking remains mandatory. School, CEGEP, and universities will remain closed until January the 17th. Regular daycare will remain open, and school daycare services will remain open, but only for essential workers. I also have a message for the people who work in our health system. More than ever, Quebec needs you to provide health care to those who need it. We ask everyone who can to come and help your colleagues.
ਕਿਊਬਿਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਫਿਊ ਲਾਗੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ, ਡਾਈਨਿੰਗ ਰੂਮਸ ਬੰਦ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਕੋਰੋਨਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਸਕੂਲ ਬੰਦ ਕੀਤੇ। ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਨੇ ਸਕੂਲ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਣ ਦਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਟਾਲਿਆ। ਅਲਬਰਟਾ 'ਚ ਫਿਲਹਾਲ ਸਕੂਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹਣਗੇ।
A critical time in our healthcare system. Let me add just as a note, I know that at Christmas time, many folks from the Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, Sikh, and other communities step up to take extra shifts for some of their Christian colleagues who are observing their Christmas traditions. And I want to say a special shout out and a word of gratitude to them for what they've done. These are just some of the ways that the many sacrifices that these folks have made for Albertans throughout the pandemic. And my respect and appreciation for all of our healthcare workers goes out to each and every one of them. I also want to recognize the many Albertans who followed the rules and kept their gatherings small over the past week or so. Hard as it may have been to challenge our well-established plans, especially after missing out on traditional Christmas last year, I believe it will have made a difference. Even if it may be challenging to see that difference in the current rising case numbers that we have been seeing, the reality is that every little bit helps to limit a spread. And I want to thank people who have made sacrifices to do so during these holidays.
ਨਿਊਫਾਊਂਡਲੈਂਡ ਐਂਡ ਲੈਬਰਾਡੋਰ ਨੇ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਮਾਧਿਅਮ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦੇ ਨਿਰਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਨੇ। ਕੋਰੋਨਾ ਅਤੇ ਓਮਿਕਰੋਨ ਵੇਰੀਐਂਟ ਦੇ ਵੱਧ ਰਹੇ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਵਿਚਾਲੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ehtiyat ਵਰਤਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈ।
And detail who have tested positive are following public health guidelines, as am I, as are everyone. I have been taking rapid tests, so far negative, but following public health guidelines, I'm being careful about everything that I do, which is part of the reason why we're in virtual today. Secondly, a lot of people are having very difficult conversations. Nobody wanted to be in here right now in this situation. We were looking forward, now that 80% double vaccinated in Canada, we were looking forward to a bit of a respite, a time to gather as families and friends at the holidays and celebrate what looked like perhaps the beginning of the end of COVID. And then Omicron came and changed that for everyone. And nobody wants to be in this situation. But we know what to do, Mike. And yes, there have been lots of conversations about not seeing friends, not gathering for New Year's, not gathering outside of immediate family.
ਮੌਂਟਰੀਅਲ 'ਚ ਸਟੇਟ ਆਫ ਐਮਰਜੈਂਸੀ ਲਾਈ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਕੋਰੋਨਾ ਦੇ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਵਧਣ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ।
Must tell you that this situation is critical. With the increase of cases and hospitalization, we must put in place new measures. Starting at 5 p.m. today, we are closing bars, casinos, movie theaters, and performance venues. Teleworking is now mandatory. Restaurants can be open only between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. Sport performances, professional or amateur, will have to be behind closed doors. We are also closing gyms and spa with the exceptions of personal care. Regarding schools, we are closing elementary and high school as well as adult centers. However, we will keep elementary schools accessible until the holiday break to continue the distribution of rapid tests and the vaccination campaign only. The return to class in attendance will be on Monday, January 10. But after the holidays, the school calendar.
ਨੌਨ ਅਸੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਵਰਕਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਵਰਕ ਫਰੋਮ ਹੋਮ ਲਾਜ਼ਮੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿਵਲ ਸਰਵੈਂਟ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਨੇ। ਸੂਬਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਪੱਧਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਗਤੀਵਿਧੀਆਂ ਰੋਕ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਓਮਿਕਰੋਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ 'ਚ ਸਖਤ ਪਾਬੰਦੀਆਂ ਲਾਗੂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਜਾ ਚੁੱਕੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ 'ਚ ਨਵੇਂ ਨੇਮ 31 ਜਨਵਰੀ ਤੱਕ ਲਾਗੂ ਰਹਿਣਗੇ। ਓਮਿਕਰੋਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੀ ਯਾਤਰਾ ਨਾ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ।
पंजाब और पंजाबियत की परछाई अब देखें एबीपी सांझा टाटा स्काई चैनल नंबर 1929 पर। एबीपी सांझा देखने के लिए अपने केबल ऑपरेटर से अभी संपर्क करें। एबीपी सांझा, जोश, जज्बा, जुनून।